Four. Hey guys, it's Iris Green with we are starting our series, and our first guest is Emily Sater. Emily has a military child and as a military spouse with PCS all over the place. So I'm going to hand it over to her so she can give you her best perspective and from spouse perspective. Emily.
Hi, how are you doing?
Good, how are you?
Good. I'm excited to talk about PCSing, which of course is everybody's favorite part about being in the military. Not.
Yeah, there's pluses and minuses.
Absolutely. I definitely have a couple of those. So, guys, a little bit of introduction to me. I'm 29 years old, but I have been in the military for my whole life since the day I was born. My mother was in the military, in the Air Force for 24 years, so I definitely did my fair share of PCSs with her and my whole family. And then I convinced my then boyfriend to join the military. Now he's my husband. So we've PCSed there too. I think I've been on a total of 8 PCSs. So and that's through the United States. We've been overseas. I've been to Hawaii as a child. I've only done 2 PCSs with my husband, but so that makes 7, nope, 6 as a child. I think that when you look at PCSing from a child's perspective, it's all about being resilient. You know, we are forced when we're kids, when we PCS, to make new friends and quickly, so that you don't feel so isolated in a new place. And change is not always welcomed by kids. So I would say that leaving your friends at your old PCS station, leaving your school, that's probably the hardest part as a kid. And then adjusting to a new place. Sometimes it's a whole new environment, and sometimes it's very similar but with different faces all around. So you're kind of forced to quickly adapt as a kid, and sometimes that can be hard. So I guess the teenage PCSs were probably the most difficult for me because you start to form those friendships as a teenager, and now they're gone. So when you
Yeah,
move,
that's really, really difficult.
yes, yeah, I only thankfully did one. I moved in between middle school and high school, so I never had to start a new like in the middle of a school year somewhere. But right when I finished 8th grade and moved on to high school, my mother retired. So we moved from Las Vegas to Colorado Springs. And I, was joining in on a high school that everyone had been together through middle school, through elementary school. And it was very, very hard because you don't know anybody. So I guess tips for teenagers would be to just get involved, join a sport, do something in school, something that gives you kind of an instant family feel with people. I joined band in the 9th grade, and it was like I instantly had 150 friends, because I was with them all summer long and then started school with them, and that made the move so much better. And then for parents, I don't think that the adjustment is the hard part. I think the actual moving is the hard part. As an adult, when I've moved with my husband, it's been all about staying organized and making sure that you have all of your T's crossed and your I's dotted before you move, because it's a complicated process. There's a lot of turning wheels to PCSing. You have to make sure that everything's packed. Your husband has to make sure he has orders. You have to know where you're going. What's housing going to be like? So the best thing to do would be to stay informed, use all your resources. I mean, gosh, 15, 10 years ago, we didn't have the resources that we have now, the social media aspect. Now you can move to a new place and you can know so much about it before you even get there through a Facebook group, using resources like Military Home Base, things like that are going to help you leaving and going and getting to a new place. So yeah, just stay organized and use every resource you can. Ask questions. And don't ever expect things to be the same as they were before. There's always going to be new adventures everywhere you go. Our most recent PCS is to Tampa. We have been here since 2016, and this has probably been my favorite place just because my life has changed so much here. I've made great friends here. I have a wonderful job here, and I became a mother here. So Tampa will always be really special to me because, my family expanded and we've just had such a good time growing here. So we love it.
Yeah, adding a family member always has a PlayStation specialist in your heart.
Yes.
My youngest daughter was actually born at the same hospital my brother was born in Fortsville. So it was interesting for her to see come back and be like, what are the odds? How many years later?
Right.
Standing, building.
Well, we'll be moving again here soon, probably within the year. So maybe I'll have an update for you around PCS time because we'll be out of here in about a year. But who knows where we'll go?
We would love to hear it. Absolutely. Quick question for you: which was harder?
I PCS'd more as a child, so I would say that was probably harder. I felt so much more in control as an adult because I could make all the decisions. I had to do the research. I knew what was going on. As a kid, I was kind of, tethered and dragged. So, you just had to go with the flow as a kid. And, of course, when you're a teenager, the world is ending because your world is changing. And that's dramatic. My mother would probably have a lot more to say about that than I would. She probably has tons of funny PCS stories.
Mother on here next time.
Yeah, you should. She did 15 hours to England with me as like I was probably 4 months old. She probably will never do it again.
Oh wow.
No. And then she came back and had 2 of us.
Oh yeah, that's a lot.
Yes.
We did over. My daughter was 2.5.
Yeah.
So I was doing it for 4 months too. Is that?
And it's definitely
a whole new level of
sunshine and rainbows. I've had friends who have lost everything. I mean, I don't mean to be macabre, but like moving truck fires through the military, and they've lost everything. Everything was there and now it's all gone. And so you have to be ready for adversity. It's never going to be as simple as you may think it is. But if you can keep everything together and just have a support system through your family, it'll be all okay. Everybody PCSs.
Yep, everybody PCSs, like you said. For those of you watching, those of you who look at this video later, we would love to hear your PCS story. Please reach out to us. Thank you so much, Emily, for joining us.
You're very welcome. I would love to be here.